If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Hello, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. A bit of news I wanted to cover. I see this article from the New York Times. Nest Labs stopped selling its smoke detector. For those that don't know, Nest Labs was one purchased by Google for an outrageous amount of money. Was it? Looks 3.21 billion. Now, what's interesting about this is they're saying that the technology on it that would shut it off, delaying the alarm from going off if someone waved their hands in front of it, is the reason for it being taken off the shelf, so to speak. But also here, if you notice, they'll be deactivating the feature, what it calls Nest Wave, on smoke detectors, but it's something it can do remotely as well. So all these are remote control technologies for the house. And my idea is that basically they want to advance this, right? This can be confusing because they want this to watch more than someone just waving their arms and deciding on that. They want to know exactly what you're doing, and this might cause potential problems with the purpose of the object, which is a fire alarm. And they're also moving into things like locks, your temperature, your thermostat, all which will be controlled, measured, um, remotely. You'll be added taxes on that. Uh, Now, this is a rare blemish for a company. See, it wasn't a problem with the company because, like everyone knows, if fire alarms go off, and rather than wave a towel in front of them, you wave your hands and it goes off for a few seconds, or whatever the time is, then that should be fine. But if it's more sensitive, and it's that feature is going to become more of an issue. So much like the Xbox scanning or these Wii's and whatever, these new technologies will actually know when you're home, know what you're doing, if you're in the room. That's the way they can adjust the temperature, the locks, etc., etc., etc. Now, by itself, it's not that big of a deal, but we'll keep in mind that Google has purchased a lot of tech companies, especially robotics companies, in the last year. And this fits right into what uh, Google is moving into, and I guess what the future of the world holds, according to Google and Ray Kurzweil. As you'll see here, this will be your light bulbs, refrigerators, power outlets, all will be controlled through smartphone apps. But this also makes them hackable and controlled from outside sources. Timers on lights. So, besides having, these no driver cars, you're going to have no driver locks, no keys necessary. You're going to have, controlled thermostats by your, area, what you're allocated, your carbon tax profile, if you will. That's very interesting. So here you'll see an article on NBC News where they talk about Google buying a major military robot maker. You'll see one of those here. And we'll get into a little bit more of the Boston Dynamics company there. This was their Atlas robot. So they've been on a shopping spree. And I think it says right here, the company's bought 8 robot makers, including this one, which has got some really crazy robots we'll be showing you in a minute. Now, the master plan remains a secret. Well, not really, because what's happened here is a man by the name of Ray Kurzweil has taken over the engineering department at Google, and he calls for what he terms as a singularity, and that is the merging of man and machine, right? And here's an article on The Guardian, The Observer. Are the robots about to rise? Google's new director of engineering thinks so. So Ray Kurzweil, who popularized a Terminator-like moment, what he calls the singularity, when artificial intelligence overtakes human thinking. But now the man who hopes to be immortal is involved in the same quest on behalf of the tech behemoth Google. And of course, here you have basically the forecasting of artificial intelligence coming to consciousness and creating robots that would be at war with human beings. And that's exactly what Kurzweil predicts. And in fact, he believes it will happen by the year 2029, at least for the artificial intelligence to overtake humanity. And he believes that, so he's making sure he's going to be there. He's taking 150 pills a day, intravenously injecting himself with a list of vitamins, supplements, and substances, so that what he wants to do is live long enough to be around when this life extension technology kicks in, so that he can live forever. So basically, either through taking a technology where you can upload your consciousness and then either having it be just in the internet or putting it into the consciousness of an actual machine itself that you can tell, do much like your body does now. You tell it what to do. And Kurzweil is, not just some crazy guy. He's actually a brilliant entrepreneur and invented many devices, firsts for the world, the flatbed scanner, the first computer program recognizing typeface, text-to-speech synthesizers, and much, much more. That's how he landed his job at Google. And, with the new divisions of robotics. Kurzweil believes we can live forever, and that we're going to have this kind of merging of man-machine, and probably will start slowly, like things like Google Glasses, then slight implants to, increase your memory or to give you an edge at a certain particular function that machines are going to be taking over your jobs, not just on a labor front, but actually from a intellectual academic standpoint as well. So you also see here, besides the robot companies, the Boston Dynamics, it bought the thermostat maker Nest Labs, and again, they start as kind of thermostats. They do the smoke detectors, etc., like that. All about remote access to kind of programmable smart ideas, knowing when you're home, when you're not home, kind of doing the work for you in these smart homes. And they also bought the secretive British artificial intelligence startup DeepMind, which I believe is the same chest beating program, right? And here's a picture of Ray Kurzweil. And Bill Gates calls him the best person I know at predicting the future of artificial intelligence. 19 honorary doctorates. Okay, so this is talking about Deep Blue, IBM's defeat. I guess that might be a little bit different than the previous computer. Okay. And here's some of the robots that we have. Sorry about that. That's some of the robots that we have here that Google now owns, and I'm sure we'll be putting a lot of money into developing further. We can see some of the scary and possibilities for this, especially if you think about this Terminator kind of possibility. like this one, how fast it goes for chasing down things. So, Ray Kurzweil future could look a lot like this, where we have implants, say bionic eyes, can see infrared, electric, out of dark. Be a super future soldier. You have an implant over here, can maybe like have instant access to the internet, have a complete perfect memory, maybe perfect pitch, um, be able to maybe taste taste objects and give a complete chemical breakdown of them. Could have robotic arms. The future is bright. Have to wear shades. All right, guys, thanks for listening out. Please. All right, so that's it for today. So please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Please share, let your friends know. I'll be doing these hopefully daily new little news tidbits. And check out some of our other videos. We have some great kind of more film-oriented work, and we're working on a full-length feature film. And we want to build up our subscriber base as we release that. So hope this news helps out. And let's all wake up, everyone up. Please subscribe. Ciao.